Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to All Things Division III Soccer with Simple Coach and Jackie. Simple Coach and Jackie just so happens to be on her bed on the floor right now. She's sleeping away. She does a lot of these days. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Wanted to do, today is Thursday, late, I know, October 24th. Wanted to give the Simple Coach Top 25 women's teams for the week. Just so you know that it's as of games played up until Sunday. So I know there have been games this week so far, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think there's a few today, 3 or 4 today. But those don't have any bearings. Those will get captured in the next ranking. So just keep that in mind. So records might be off a game, and so, yeah, not taking into account wins or losses that they may have experienced during this week. I am going to run through it very quickly. I'm not really going to talk much other than lay them out because I did want to share a spreadsheet that I'm going to post to d3soccer.fans that basically is a comparative between the main or my rankings and then the other 3 that are basically out there that I'm aware of. There might be more, I just don't know, but those are the 3 main ones, the ones that everybody really looks to, and then my ranking. But I'll share with that in a little bit. I did on the men's side, so I thought I would do it for on the women's side as well. So with that, I'm just gonna jump right into this and give you the 2024 Simple Coach Top 25 for Week 7. And that starts at number 25 with the Hartford Hawks, 9-3-2. Actually, back on the board, they were out at the beginning of towards the beginning of the season, but have come back in since they've had a pretty good run. In 24th at 13-4, North Central. Excuse me. At 23, 13-1-2, Scranton. 13-1-2. And at 12-1-2 and 22nd spot is Hardin Simmons. The 4 that I've just mentioned, Hartford, North Central, Scranton, and Hardin Simmons, have not been previously ranked, or were not ranked in the last ranking I did last week. So they're new to the rankings. Down a spot in 21, Emory, 9-3-1. Also down a spot at number 20 is Cal Lutheran at 10-1-4. Both of them having suffered losses. At 19th, Wisconsin Lacrosse, 10-3-2. They are up 3 spots, doing quite well. Next up, down 2 and 18th is Middlebury at 7-1-5. I'll just say they had a pretty bad defeat against Tufts. At 9-1-4 in 17th, NYU, they are down 3 spots. They got throttled by WashU. Up 2 at 9-2-2 in the 16th spot, University of Paywall, University of Rochester, indeed. And yes, they still have me blocked on Exeter. In 15th, at 11-0-2, the Props of Rowan. Both University of Paywall and Rowan are up 2 spots. At 14th, 9-2-3, down 1 from last week is Johns Hopkins. At 10-0-2, up 2 spots in 13th is Wesleyan. In 12th, at 11-1-2, Misericordia. Like I said, down 2 spots. In 11th at 11-1-1. Up a spot is Washington and Lee. So now to the top 10. Also up a spot in 10th place, 13-1-1. MIT. Quite the team. In 9th, cranking along, 10-1-3, Messiah. They're in the same spot as they were last week. Same as with the number 8 team, Pomona Pitzer at 11-1-2. They're at the same spot as they were last week, and they're in 8th. Big drop in number 7th, Amherst, 8-1-4, down 4. They had a loss and a tie. A bad loss against Tufts as far as I was concerned. That was a big game. At number 6, 10-2-1. Speaking of the Jumbos of Tufts, they're at 10-2-1. In 5th, still undefeatable at 14-0, Loras College. They are up a spot. Also up a spot at 12-2 in 4th, the Lions of the College of New Jersey. In number 3, up a spot as well, Carnegie Mellon at 10-3, doing really, really well. I play really well as well. Which leaves number 2 and number 1, no change from last week. At number 2 spot at 12-2, Christopher Newport. I think they'll go. They have 2 more games, I think, in the regular season. They should win those. So I expect them to be 14-2 going into the ODAC. Or excuse me, they're not the ODAC, the Coast to Coast or whatever they play in. And then at number 1, 14-1, Wash U. They just keep winning, and they kind of handled NYU in solid fashion, winning that game 3-0. So Wash U stays on top for not giving any reasons why they shouldn't be. So, so with that, I am going to jump over really quick. This is going to be a quick video. I kind of like quick videos. Combined rankings. Okay, I am going to share with you a spreadsheet that like I mentioned, that I will put on d3soccer.fans. When you go into the video or the rankings, you'll see this spreadsheet, and maybe I'll keep it updated, who knows. But I got interested in sort of, hey, I'm always concerned, like I'm right or I'm wrong or what have you, and so I put this spreadsheet together to check out, to compare my rankings to the others. So let me pop this up for you. See from the top, column B, this is the My Simple Coach Top 25. Probably the most important ranking right now is the NPI ranking that the NCAA will use to select and seed teams into the tournament. And then the other 2 that are followed is the Massey poll, which is a very data-driven strength of schedule, wins, losses, goals scored calculation to come up with a ranking. And then the United Soccer Coaches, which is that they take the individual regional rankings done by the coaches in the region, and then they take that and they come up with the top 25 based off of those teams. So those are the 4. And then I also did one where I just did the average. What's your average rank across, I mean, pretty simple. Average of these four numbers, what is it? And to sort of get an idea as to where we are. So as you can see, let me see if I can make this just a tad. Okay, it's 25. So as you can see, the top 25 for WashU all the way down to Hartford. Okay, and so that's my ranking. I'm always just curious. Like, it's pretty clear that everyone thinks WashU is number one because everybody has them at number one. And you go down the list, and the deeper it gets, the greater the disparities between selections. It's kind of interesting to see. If you look at and I have Christopher Newport at 2. So if I just sort by the rankings, NPI has Carnegie Mellon at number 2. So they capture a lot more teams. So this is basically the download of them. They captures all the teams, ranks all the teams, and this is their top 25. So if you look at the gaps that I have, well, I don't rank Ithaca, but clearly others do. Calvin, I don't have Calvin ranked. William Smith, I don't have ranked. Skidmore, you can see the gaps. It gets, like I said, interesting. Next up here is just the Massey rankings, which you could go to the Massey website. He doesn't only do Division III soccer. He does all the divisions. He does football, basketball, everything. And so you can see that. And then the other one is the United Soccer Coaches, which again comes out weekly. The regional rankings get sort of meshed around into the top 25. And then, as I mentioned, finally, that this is an average. I just did a collective average of your ranking across the board and sort of where you rank, and you could sort of see where, again, I find it interesting, the relative ranking. I think that's kind of a neat, just sort of seeing what the averages are across the board. I obviously didn't say, oh, now you're 2. How do you determine who's actually number 2, Christopher Newport or Carnegie Mellon? I'm sure the difference is razor thin. Wesleyan Tufts, the regulars that I've been saying, again, that for the most part are in everyone's rankings, show up here. So anyhow, I just thought it was interesting, again, just trying to see the relative ranks and sort of where they're situated. As I mentioned, I will post this to d3soccer.fan so you can access it. You're more than welcome to email me. I'll send you the spreadsheet. There's nothing crazy sophisticated about it. It is literally the rankings and the average. So like I said, I'll try to do this. Maybe I'll do it for the remainder of the next one if I have time. But I just wanted to share this because, again, I just think it's interesting. I'm really interested down here, right? So this is my ranking. So I think Wisconsin lacrosse can play, but they're 34th in the NPI ranking. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, they're not ranked in the top 30 or 50 of the 35 of Massey. And they're not in the United Soccer Coaches poll. I think they're regionally ranked, but not. So, yeah, there's a disparity. Where I think, Hardin-Simmons is good. The MPI ranks him pretty decently, but, they're out of the range for Massey and United Soccer Coaches. So, just interesting things. I'm gonna let this one go. Appreciate it. I hope you like the top 25. By all means, if I'm wrong, feel free to post down below. Shoot me an email. Do us. I love the banter, and I will respond. I would also check out d3soccer.fans for the spreadsheet. And like I said, if you want it, just email me and I can send it to you. So on that note, we're going to call it a day. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the games, getting good. it's getting a little heated, right? Like they're seeing the end of the tunnel. So it's from this point on, it's going to get really, really interesting. So on that note, thanks for tuning in and look forward to catching up on the next one.